What is up, everyone? I don't know if you can hear me or not. And no one is here as of yet, and I don't know if the chat's working. It has been quite some time, a little bit too long, you know? A little bit too long. But Flex Tools, they're out and about, you know? I don't know much about them at all. Really don't. Haven't paid attention too much. I'd like to thank everyone who is joining me tonight. I cannot see the chat, so let me hop on my phone here and see if anyone's even chatting it up here. Do. This was kind of like a last minute thing, so yeah, I just wanted to hop on here and say what's up, talk to some people, talk about these Flex Tools. 19 Rappy, Nick Pixel TV. It sure is a rainy day, brother. Absolutely. Uh, 19 Rappy, yes, I do. I won't say how much, but yes, I make over 20 an hour for sure. And how are things going with you, by the way? Because I believe we're in the same line of work. Or you might be building maintenance. But the seasons are changing. Oh, 80 degrees. Killing me. It was very nice up here today in terms of warmth, but it was a rainy day. I don't know if people know this, but I believe Pittsburgh has more overcast days than Seattle. And we sure as hell have more bridges. But and in terms of apartment maintenance, I honestly think these companies need to start at $20 an hour. 100 degrees. See, I can't live with that type of weather. It's nice, but Nick Pixel, you're absolutely right, man. We get all the seasons in one day. Yeah, it should be 20 to start. You know, I've talked to people who own buildings and lots of units, and it's a mixed bag. I hear one guy has some properties, and he starts people out at $20 an hour, gives them a free apartment to live in, and he still can't get people. And other places will, I start at 14 an hour, but I will say they once they saw my abilities, they rapidly exceeded that for me, and you can make a living off of it, apartment maintenance for sure. But I think more companies need to start at 20. Lex Vance has talked about that a lot, and he's spot on. 25 even. If you find, and I know it's hard to trust someone, but like the amount of work that we do and to keep the building safe and people safe and all of that. And I know a lot of people be like, oh, you're just apartment maintenance, but they don't know what goes into it, It's true. No one wants to work anymore. It's you go work at McDonald's and get a higher wage right off the bat, And what we do is very physically demanding. I don't care what anyone says, but especially me, I have one building with an elevator, but I have 158 units, and you're fixing everything, so you gotta carry everything to where you're going, and usually problems happen on the third floor. It's very, very rarely do you have something going on the first floor. Yes, people can make more money at home nowadays just sitting there, I will say at the beginning of COVID, I was off for about a month because my company didn't want to pay two people to be there, but that I wanted to be at work. It's harder for me to be at home than it is, even though I painted the whole inside of my house, I skim coated all my walls and stuff and got stuff done, but that was no one wanted anyone in their apartments, and so basically we just had a guy there, and to make sure nothing blew up. How's it going, Princess Jamie? Thank you, I appreciate that. That's the kitchen remodel has taken up a lot of my time. Yeah, been busy, been very, very busy. How about you? How are you doing? I hope all's well down there in Texas. I see your Jeep. It just seems like it's getting taller and taller. I like it though. I have yet to be to the Flight 93 Memorial. Was it cool? Brandon, what's going on, man? I hear you're all stopped up at work because you got some big projects, and I hope everything's going well for you, man. Hope the rain passes through quick. I have to go check out that Flight 93. I don't know how old all of you guys are. I'm not super old, but I was in ninth grade when 9/11 happened. I remember it, like it was yesterday. Mostly because my parents were out of town, and it was crazy, but Mother Nature will do that to a person sometimes, We'll have to definitely do a live stream. This was like a spur of a moment. I've had my garage has been a mess for the last few days. I cleaned it up today, and got my vehicles pulled back in. Thank God. So. I love that you work in the kitchen. That's the coolest thing. I guess, I don't know. I saw the picture of the first Jeep meet or on Instagram, and yours was sitting the tallest, definitely. So it's a very cool Jeep though. 42 in May. Well, happy birthday coming up here. Steve C, how's it going, man? I appreciate you joining. Hope you're doing well. Brandon was in the third grade. It's been I was going to talk about these flex tools if you guys wanted to. I really don't know much about them, but one thing I was going to say is they seem to perform pretty well. And, you know, the best thing about it is hopefully it's competitive enough to drive prices down. I will say the name Flex is a little weird because, like, in my head, I just, as soon as I see it, I think Flex Volt, like DeWalt. In the color scheme is pretty bland. So I don't know about it. Really don't. Glad you're doing well there, Steve. Everyone is good here. Flex Seal. I've never used Flex Seal. I've wanted to try it on like a ton of things at work, but like it just seems very I don't know. Have any of you tried Flex Seal? If so, what'd you use it on? And is it paintable? Bill Beckett. I don't know. I think is it Lowe's that has the Flex tools? I'm not sure if anyone else sells them. But the price point doesn't seem too bad. So that stuff really does work, Brandon. I mean, a pool carries, no matter how big the pool is, that's a lot of water, a lot of pressure. So you can put a screen door on the bottom of a boat and spray paint it with Flex Seal and you're cruising. You know, Princess Jamie, craziest thing on my SUV, I was driving home one day. You know, it's what 12 years old now, 13 years old, and like water was dripping in on my lap, just a little bit, not a lot. And you know, as I was driving, I was feeling, I could feel a little water coming in through the windshield. So, you know, me, I was going to actually like clear caulk the top. But then like a day later, like there's like a little split now on the windshield. So I think just 12 years old, maybe I just need a new windshield and get it all, you know, fixed up. Hammerhead Garage, how's it going, Sean? Good to see you, man. Congrats on that 1,000 mark. That's awesome. I haven't been on in a while, so Flex is the same company that made automotive buffers. They used to be the gold standard of buffers. Interesting. Mark C, what's going up? Shlong Dong Twin. Well, Flex is that it's not Chevron, it's Chevron. And so like Skill and Ego, I think, and a couple others. Yeah, Milwaukee is not bad. I like their tools. I will say till the day I die, the Milwaukee Surge M18 Impact is the best impact ever. But I didn't sell any of my Ryobis, but I went from Ryobi to Rigid and sold the Rigids for Milwaukee, and the Milwaukees didn't hold up like how my Ryobis were, so I have now I purchased a ton of new Ryobi tools, and I gotta say the new brushless stuff, it's nice. It's very nice, you know. And people say, "Oh, well, you know, your job doesn't." Well, you know, I broke some Milwaukee tools in my job, so yeah. Good evening there, Pat Clark Barnes, Maintenance Man Narratives. How's it going, man? Good to see you too. I know it's been a while. Well, so like I've said, I have very little knowledge on this whole these flex tools and stuff. But I mean, the marketing didn't seem any different than other. In fact, I was more impressed with their marketing as opposed to Hart Tools, which was downright annoying. But the tools seem good. They seem like, you know, they'll work. And like I said, the best thing about it, if anything, it will hopefully help drive the price down of Milwaukee and DeWalt. You know, DeWalt tools have like I think they're very good. I do have a lot of corded DeWalt stuff, but I don't know. Their cordless lineup needs refreshed a lot. And I just like Ryobi because, I mean, the batteries last for me. The tools have lasted for me. You know, the Milwaukee M12 stuff, the thing I hate is like a lot of the gauges to gauge the battery broke on the tools I had. The oscillating tool, I had the original one, not the new one, but that burned up in, you know, a year and a half. And the brushless, when I bought it, it's called the brushless subcompact M18. The impact driver, I don't know what happened to it, but it just quit working. And I never had that issue with the old Ryobi there. Thank you, famous Amos Cardoza. I hope you and the family are doing well, man. How's that Hercules miter saw treating you? I've been very I was thinking about, you know, when I do trim work and stuff, all I really need is a 12-inch. It doesn't even need to be sliding, just a 12-inch miter saw dual bevel. And I think that would do me well. I have a Ryobi cordless, brushless 10-inch sliding dual bevel, which has worked great. And I have a DeWalt single bevel 10-inch that works great. But you can't stand the trim up. And I think that would make me a lot more proficient in what I'm doing. But I don't know. That's what I like to hear. Yeah, one thing I love about Ryobi, especially with their older drills and stuff, is they don't have any fancy technology to cut it out while the tool's burning itself up. It's just going to get the job done. But that being said, I have burned the tools, but they still work. Case in point, let me see here. This old thing has let the smoke out a few times, but it's still kicking strong there. Eco Belkin, how's it going, man? Hope you're doing well. Amos Cardoza says, we are well. Good. Very good. The Herc has not failed me yet. My home front's going good. Thank you for asking. Everyone's very, very good here. I kind of surprised my wife and said I wanted to do a live because I've been away from YouTube for a while. Rage. I put that as a catchy title. I really know nothing about these flex tools. I just thought it was funny. And I'm not watching the draft. If the Steelers pick, please let me know who they pick. Hopefully a cornerback, or they might go for a center. I don't know. It's downpouring here. BW's Electronics, how's it going? I see the flex tools have everyone up in a rage, you know. I said BW's Electronics. I'm so used to that S, you know, and you had to take it away. How's work going? Go Cleveland. Cleveland beat our butts in the playoffs last year. That was, you know, embarrassing. But most of my family is from Cleveland. You know, half Cleveland, half Pittsburgh. And I think Cleveland, they're just like here in Pittsburgh, you just kind of expect to win. But they're like that one playoff win was like a Super Bowl for them. So Spoons Works, how's it going, man? Hope you're doing well. Got a nice Instagram page. I like the stuff you get into, your side work and the teaching and all that. Very cool stuff, man. I appreciate people that, you know, can teach. I'm by myself again at work, and I'm getting a couple of new hires that are green. So I will be training. But I don't mind that. I like that, and I kind of, you know, I was kind of lucky. The guy that trained me, he was older, but like was kind of like would show me how to do something, but he would be like, you know, this is how I do it, and this is how the end product's supposed to be. But if you can find, you know, if something works different for you to get to the end product, then that's all that matters. And that's, you know, that's the philosophy that I take. I'm not going to be, there's a lot of guys that will be like, no, you got to do it this way. You know, I'm a little bit of a hoverer though. You know, I like to make sure things are being done properly, but exactly. Everyone's going to have their own way, and all that matters is the end result. You know, turns out the same. That's the hard thing with having when you review tools on YouTube and stuff. Everyone's going to have like a different opinion on everything, and I think it's better just to absorb it and, you know, make your own. You gotta make your own opinion. Work's been good. As you guys know, I'm trying to start up more like a remodeling company, and I've been taking some jobs on, so it's going well so far. I'm excited for that. That's taking up a lot of my time also. My house needs painted. Inside or outside? I do interior work. Outside painting. I don't know. It's just I'm good with makeup. I've never heard that. Where'd that come from? Makeup work. Yeah, definitely prep work. Just being in apartment maintenance, like the one thing I will say is like when I do have to like paint an apartment, which isn't like common, we have painters to do that. Just because it would slow me up from a lot of other things. But I was able to teach myself how to cut in and all that, and makeup equals work. Huh. Interesting. Just Wrench It. How's it going, brother? Hope you're doing well, man. Steve C, I hope so too. I'm playing it slow, man. I gotta work full time my other job and pick up what I can on the side, and hopefully everything evolves here. But that's my goal is to work for myself. And people always tell, oh, it's hard and this. Listen, I would rather, if something's a fuck up, I'd rather it be mine than 20 other people that are trying to coordinate things. So that's a job right there, man. 30-year-old fence. I don't know, man. Matt, I would have to say, man, you're right. I think you're right up there. I think you're at the top. I appreciate it, man. The $10. I think there's a good tool community on YouTube. If you just ignore a lot of the behind the scene stuff that's all weird and whatever. Tools and trash, actually, man. He must be busy at work because I haven't seen a lot from him either. Oh, there's no way there, Matt. No way at all, man. But I appreciate the vote of confidence. But honestly, like YouTube for me, it's just fun. Like I did that. Finally did a video, the SDS hammer drill. Totally wrong angles, but that's all I had available in my garage at the time because everything was, all I just had stuff everywhere, and it's just fun. It's very fun. Oh man, that's a fortune. Lumber is like Yep, and BW's Electronics, we have, like my main building is I think 83 or 5 units, and there's no elevators there. It's 3 stories, 2 flights of stairs per floor. And then at another one of my buildings, there's an elevator. It broke, and they're not going to replace it. So, which is fine. You know, like I actually prefer walking. I step away from YouTube and more people watch me than if I were putting out content. Yeah, there's plenty of lumber out there. I've seen that many people are saying there's no shortage. They're just holding it for more money. But I will say, let me. I don't want my address to be shown or anything. Let's see if I can open this up and. I had a company send me something, so I've stated very strongly, like I don't like reviewing things for companies. It's to me it's like a lot of pressure, to be honest with you. And I don't have a lot of companies that actually come out and say, "Hey, will you review this for me?" So like the only two that I've had in the last 6 months was one was a they made some little squirt gun, you know, like a pump, like you put water in, you pump it and squirt it. And I don't know what my YouTube channel will do. And the other one was this company called Teslong. And I did that OEAC, I don't know how you pronounce it, endoscope, which I like it a lot, but I should have bought the shorter cable because it's a little bit too much cable. But this one seems pretty cool. It's a dual camera, so like you have one on the front and one on the side. I know you guys can't see that too well, but I am going to be doing a video on that. And you know, I think it's nice. It's a nice product. I'm going to do a few videos on it, or like a video or two, and then I'll give it away to someone. I honestly, I want to keep it for myself, but I think if it's a nice product, I'll do a giveaway. I'd like to, give it away to someone that could use it. Pumping and squirting will get you banned from YouTube. TPMS trainer. What is that? Industrial maintenance. How's it going? Who's having a baby? Not allowed in the 100-foot schools. Brandon, you know what? If I might have like a Ryobi one or something. They are nice. The last time I used an endoscope was I had a Porter Cable air compressor that I bought 2010, and then I bought like a Bostitch trim air, which I used all the time. But there's this one job, and the Porter Cable had 2 ports on it, so I could run 2 guns, So I wanted to use it, and I turned it on. It was all just running funny and stuff. So I took the plug out and I shoved that endoscope in there, and the whole bottom was just rusting away. Now, there was an expiration date on the back of that compressor, and it was 2022, I think it said. So if you have an oilless air compressor and it has an expiration date, I would say, shove that endoscope up there or whatever you can get up there, and give her a good one, you know. It's a good question. Porter Cable, I mean, they still sell Porter Cable, but they don't make new Porter Cable. So yeah. Wrench and Bolts, how's it going? Oh, industrial maintenance. The one coming is 9 months old already. Time flies, man. Thank you for asking though. Yeah, he's doing good. There you go. I'm surprisingly I've lost 25 pounds. And I just watching what I eat. I don't drink pop anymore. I eat a lot of fish, not a lot of red meat. I've always loved vegetables and all the healthy stuff. And if I could, I'm so tired from work, I can't like come home and like go out and run a couple miles. Mostly because I have other jobs and stuff I'm doing, but there's 3 and they they can all be a pain in the butt, that's for sure. I have the Ryobi 4-volt endoscope, and it works pretty good. Old school repair shop. How's it going, man? Long time no see. All right, industrial maintenance. Have a good one. I appreciate you stopping by. Let me see here. Old school Brandon and I, we should all hop on a live stream. Terrence Dixon, I love tools more than I love my beautiful wife. I love my beautiful wife, but tools are a close second. Close second. It's weird because when I got into apartment maintenance and I just really enjoyed it. And then your brain starts working about tools and stuff, and there's got to be something out there that makes this job easier, and then you find it, and then you start buying tools, and then it's like it spreads, man. It just you keep wanting to buy tools, and I'm down 25 pounds, and I'm trying to lose a lot more. Changed a lot about my diet and whatnot. I haven't quit drinking beer for about a month and a half. And I will have you know, I went to look to buy a truck yesterday. So I took a half day at work. I called this used car dealership the day before. It's a 2002 Mazda B3000 extended cab 4x4 with a cap on it. My first truck ever I bought was a 1994 Mazda B4000. I loved it. Ford Ranger, I know. So I told the guy, I'm like, listen, I can't come out tonight because they were closing like a half an hour. I was like, I'll be out tomorrow. I'm going to take a half day, come out and see the truck. Get out there. They sold it a half an hour before I got there. But here's the weird thing. They said the guy put a deposit on it, but he had been gone for a couple hours. They said that I guess it wasn't half an hour before I got there. So I was like, so is it still for sale? And they said, yeah. So I hopped in it and took it for a ride, and the thing ran really well. 4-wheel drive, high, low, both worked. In Pennsylvania, the emergency brake worked. It idled great, ran great. It's 3 liter. Automatic, because in Pennsylvania, it's a pain in the ass driving a manual, in my opinion. I just don't like it. But you do need four-wheel drive. Get back to the dealership to purchase, and the guy was sitting in the office. And now, like, I'm trying to find like a 98 to 2004, and it only had 73,000 miles on it. But 98 to 2004 Ford Ranger or Mazda, four-wheel drive extended cab with between that miles and 100,000. But yeah, I don't want a full size pickup. Like, I got rid of my Dodge Ram, and I know a lot of people have great success with Dodge Rams, but in my the first 5 years were wonderful, and after that it went downhill. Yeah, Ford Excursion and those old Rangers. So, like, my Mazda B4000 was in 1994. I bought it in 2003, and I paid $5,300 for it. Had 83,000 miles on it. You find that same truck, same miles, same everything today, it's like $7,500. I will not do a Honda Ridgeline. Because, to be honest, the Ridgeline is bigger than the Ranger. I just want a compact truck. It'd be great for my little handyman remodeling business. Put a rack on it so I can carry trim and stuff. So might be able to save you money. I'm not looking for a new one. My price range is like $7,000 to $8,000. I'm not a Ridgeline hater. You know, my boss actually has a Ridgeline, and if you actually think about how the tailgate and everything, the whole bed and everything works, if that space is going to work for you, it'll work for you. I just do not like Nissan Frontiers. I don't know why. I just don't. I don't like Chevy S10s. I'm dead set on having like a Ranger or a Mazda. I really am. Yeah, Frontiers are great. I just, that's just that Ford. The thing I like about it is it's so simple. Like, there's not a lot to go wrong on. Well, let me take that back. There's a lot to go wrong on them. There's a lot of parts available, but everything's very easy to get to and get at. And the hard thing is to find Rangers and stuff, because people hold on to them till they die, I'd love to see them bring the Rangers back. It was, well, they did, but I don't like the new ones. I guess what I'm saying. I don't like new cars. I just don't. I gotta go to the bathroom real quick. I'll be right back. Hold on. And I'm back. I saw the picture of that square body. I like that, Jamie. I did. 2 blown head gaskets. Yeah, those small trucks, man. I mean, they were just workhorses. That's all. That's what I like about them. Is just so simple. Go check the chicken. Go choke the chicken. Dodge Dakota. I've seen a few of those, but I with my Dodge Ram that I had just paid it off and I traded in. I got my wife a new vehicle with that because it was still valued high. But I had in the last year I owned that, I put more money into that than I did my 12-year-old Kia Borrego. And people make fun of Kia and stuff, but I mean I've had 3 of them now, all ran great, and I they're kind of like Toyota. People made fun of Toyota for a long time. And even though Toyota trucks don't sell as well and stuff as Fords or Chevys and stuff, you can't find a cheap used one with low miles. A Geo Tracker. I like the Geo Trackers. What about an Isuzu Amigo? Mixed Mowers, how's it going, man? Glad you good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Sport Tracks. What's a Sport Track? Suzuki Sidekick. I don't know if you guys remember, but the Suzuki Equator won best truck of the year whenever it first came out, and it's a Toyota Tacoma body with a Suzuki engine. The Ford Explorer Sport Track, it's just I don't want a if this might sound weird, I just want an extended cab. I don't want a crew cab. An extended cab makes more sense in my mind for tools and nuts and bolts and all that type of storage. And I just, my business is a single man operation and just a smaller truck. Get a Jeep Trackhawk. I'll be late for every job. The goddamn thing will be broke down. No, those Dodge Dakotas, they especially like that year you're talking about, those things ran forever, man. Fiat. That's why my Ram was a piece of junk. It's a Fiat. I was leaving work one day after a very long 3 days. I was up basically 3 days in a row because our one boiler wasn't working properly. So I had to basically sleep in the boiler room in the basement to make sure it kept kicking on for 3 days. And then on the 4th day I was going home, I went to go put my truck in drive and the fucking shifter broke. In order to get that all fixed is about $1,100. My Jeep has never failed me, except. Yeah, those older Dakotas, I'd probably say up to 2004, maybe year. Those are all solid trucks. Fiat 500, I'd look kind of gay in that. Old Chevy Love, I've seen a few channels that have that. If you guys want to know what I've been watching a lot of, just basically, Vice Grip Garage and every chance Mortski's repair and all that. I've been, there's just something about finding an old car and getting it running. You watch enough of those channels, you literally think like you can grab 3 tools, go to the junkyard, and get any car going there, Has half an engine, that's all right. I'll dump some this oil down there, run this little boat tank to the carburetor. We're just gonna turn this fucker over. Just build a Jeep. Flex Seal is replacement for stop leak. Yeah, that's one thing that's so cool about YouTube is like all the different channels of all the different everything everyone does. And I mean, I find a lot more joy. I mean, some people just hop on here to hate, and it's just why? Fixing old cars definitely gets experience. That's kind of why, like, I'd like to buy an older truck just because they're easier to work on. For someone like me, I don't have that much knowledge, but I'm not afraid to tear things apart and figure them out and all that stuff. So, I had a '95 Toyota T100. That thing was super easy to work on. Roll down windows. I mean, I love vehicles like that where, like, now everything's so technology and based around, that whole technology thing. I just don't like that. Been watching without noticing it's live. Well, I appreciate the watch. I really do. All right, Steve C, have a good night, man. I appreciate you joining in. That Toyota T100 I had was, I missed that truck dearly. Stupidest thing ever to trade that in for a Dodge Ram. But I thought I was, at the time I thought I was upgrading, but I was downgrading. Yeah, there's old, just the old trucks. Now it's hard to find them though. I'm gonna be searching for a long time. My very first car was a 1990 Lincoln Town Car, actually, that was given to me by my uncle. It was like driving a couch, very comfortable, smooth ride, but the air suspension was broke. You needed to add oil to it every day, and what else did I need to add? A little bit of coolant and power steering fluid, and yeah. Well, the one I had, although I was very appreciative because he gave it to me, I drove it for a while, but to get to pass inspection in Pennsylvania, so imagine you're 17 years old and your uncle gives you a car. I was I drove around with it, with his Ohio plates for a while. And then once I needed to get inspected, it needed like $2,000 worth of work just to get, running on the road in PA. So am I going to spend my money, $2,000 on that, or, I went out and I bought that Mazda pickup truck. My uncle's very pissed off at me about that, even though I was very appreciative. Very, very appreciative. If I was going to buy my first car, I wanted to be my first vehicle. I don't know. You know what I'd really like to get is a Buick Roadmaster. I don't care if it's a station wagon or sedan, but like the one in The Departed. Love that thing. Tank. Oh, gotta go grab beer. I'll be right back. So I know a lot of people don't know me as like a car person because I'm not, but I'm an enthusiast. Like literally growing up, I remember going up to visit like my aunts and uncles or something. We'd be driving back to their house late at night, and they used to be like, because all I did at night to put myself to sleep was read car magazines, 4-wheeler, 4x4, all those different truck magazines, and test Car and Driver and all that. And so driving home at night, they would ask me, they would ask me what car was coming up based on the headlights or taillights that were coming up on, and like 95% of the time I would guess it right. I was observant that way. I love vehicles. I just never worked on them. Two-stroke diesel. Roadmaster wagon. My wife, not so much. 67 Caddy. That must have been a beast. I think my grandpa had a 72 Cadillac Eldorado, and I always thought that thing was pretty sharp. I heart car. Right, Famous Amos? Well, Mark, see, I bother with it because, my mom is a cancer survivor, and it's pink, and it recognizes that. And even though I drink them fast, I feel like I'm always honoring people who have gone through that. I saw a mid-90s, 80s Caprice wagon yet. Ooh, mid-80s. You know what else? Like another car I'd really want is a 94 Ford Taurus SHO. Just saying. Grand Nationals. Car Trader magazine, heck yeah. I'll do that for Caprice and Crown Vics. 74 Ford Pinto. How'd you like that, Bill? Oh yeah, the free Auto Traders. Yeah, in the I remember one time I was grabbing one of those and I saw another car magazine and I grabbed it and I was like walking out of the gas station and they're like, "Hey, that's $1." And I was like, okay. No, Mark, see, it's all good, man. I just messing with you. I'm not messing with you, but like I just trying to make you feel bad, I guess. in a fun way though. First gen SHO, yeah, I guess that would be first gen. Yeah, but I thought those were cool. First time I saw one, we were driving. My uncle was driving, and I guess one was coming up on us, and he's like, "You guys got to check this out," and it blew by us. But I always liked those like early '90 Ford Taurus, even the station wagon. My buddy had one, sit rear facing. I had a Matchbox car too, and I liked how rounded the back was. Very cool stuff. Cutlass Supremes were nice. 83 Cutlass Supreme. I was watching a whole video on the Flex yesterday, how it's like such a love-hate vehicle, but the interior of the Flex, I don't even think, I mean, the outside looks fine too, but it's a cool vehicle. Dodge Daytona. I remember those Daytonas. Heck yeah, I remember that. Remember did anyone have like a Dodge Shadow or my grandparents had a Ford Tempo. I always liked that car. I thought it was cool. Ooh, 83 Cutlass Supreme. My uncle had a 70 Hurst Olds Cutlass. I think it was 71 or 72, but like the Hurst shifters, T-tops, very cool car. The American Honda Civic, heck yeah, Duster. DCG, Carlos, how's it going, man? Hope you and your family are well. Good to see you. '94 Taurus wagon stick shift. DCG is the man, by the way. The first stick shift I remember. So my brother's 5 years older than me, and he bought the Tempest. He bought a 1989 Toyota pickup extended cab SR5 manual transmission. All right, old school repair. Thank you for popping in, man. Hopefully we can do a panel soon. I appreciate you joining. Dave, what's up? How's it going? So he was 18, so I was 13. And he was driving down the street, and one day I was like, I can drive this. He's like, no, you can't. I was like, yeah, I can drive it. So I hopped in the cab. We were on like our street, and I just hopped in, and like by the time we were going down our street, I was already in like third gear. And it's just from watching him drive the stick shift. And good stuff. Definitely worth learning. 98 Jetta. Toyota MR2. That's what you learn to drive a stick on. I got it. AMC. You know what I loved was the Eagle. The station wagon, AMC Eagle. I think, right? And I had a kid I knew in the neighborhood. He had one, and I was taking art classes or something when I was younger, and he was one of the teachers. But he'd come pick us up, and it's the all-wheel drive one. I thought it was the coolest station wagon ever, man, because it's like it sits high, very cool. Yeah, side panels. I love this. And then I had a neighbor with an Eagle Talon. Who made Eagle? Was it? I guess it was AMC, right? Till the clutch went out on the highway. My uncle had a Saab that was like one of the old school, very commonly body style, I guess like late 80s. And it was a stick shift, and that's what my brother learned on. But they say about Saab, once you buy a Saab, you Saab all the way to the dealership. Look at Porsche too. That 4-door panorama. That's a great. I always like Saabs. There's a girl I knew once that drove a Saab, and it was a cool. Just they're interesting. Until I think Ford bought Saab and Volvo and Jaguar and Hummer, all those, and ruined it all, obviously. But the Gremlin, AMC made the Gremlin, right? I like station wagons too, to be honest. I had a couple of friends that had this Chevy Capri, or I guess it's Chevy Capri Classic station wagons, or just it's before the Capri, the Countryside or something like that or other. Chris Fix has a Mazda B3000. Let's lift it and it looks gay. I had my CDL license 10 low and high switch and side on the stick. Oh, the first car I remember. So I'll tell you some, I guess, two good stories. But first cars I remember when I was young that my parents had. One was a late 70s Volvo 4-door. It was like puke green with beige interior, and it had, like, when we got rid of it, is like almost at 300,000 miles. And the other car that went with that was a 1985 Toyota Camry. That was awesome. I love that car. I don't know why. Push button radio, and there was the overdrive button for the transmission. It was this green button. My dad always, when he would drive us, he'd be like, I can make this car fly if I wanted to. I just have to push that button. And that was always the thing. And then after the Volvo, we got a 1990 Chevy Cavalier station wagon. Now, the funny story was with this is we took that Cavalier station wagon to go get some deck plastic white deck furniture, a table and 4 chairs from Service Merchandise here. And the box was so big that it took up the whole back. So me and my brother climbed up on top of the box, after they put it in. So my parents are in the front seat and we're on the top of the box, and we don't even have enough headroom to move our heads. We can just see out the windows, and we're going down the main highway back to our house, and we're both laying on top of this box, and you're passing cars, and they'd look over and they'd see you, and you'd be like, have enough arm movement to do that, but you couldn't turn your head or anything. It was that was fun. Yeah, those were fun times. Most miles on any of my cars was Jeep Cherokee. I like Jeep Cherokees, like the classic Jeep Cherokee. We have a body shop, and I drive mostly older vehicles by choice. Your average tradesman, what's going up? Sex in a car at the drive-in could be fun times. You know what movie I've watched like a few times in the last few days is Christine. Um, it's that's a crazy movie, man. A friend of mine had a Buick Park Avenue across 400,000 miles. The most miles I've seen on a vehicle is two. One, my dad leased and then bought a Ford Exploder, 1995. And then, like leased, bought, and then he sold it to my aunt, and then my cousin drove it, and then it went to my uncle. It had like damn near 300,000 miles. Um, you know, and he traded it on a vehicle. It was still running. And then we had a 92 Lexus ES300. That was the first year that Lexus came out with their own non-Toyota based platform vehicle. And that had, I learned how to drive in that, and my brother did. We both took our tests in that. And it had 247,000 miles, I think, when we got rid of it. My dad gave it to my brother, and my brother was able to trade it in on his first vehicle. Lucky him. Hey, thanks for joining us, Amaran Taroma. I butchered that. I'm sorry, but I appreciate you joining us. It was very fun. Good to see you. Hope to catch you on the next one. $318 until my acceleration pedal got stuck. I had a buddy that was driving another buddy home. Well, he's really drunk. What kind of vehicle? It was like a Ford Escort or something. And as they're doing about 65 miles per hour down the highway, my buddy, who was the passenger, decided to slam the transmission into reverse. That fucker blew right out. But then after that happened, he goes, "Don't worry, I'll pay for it." Oh man. Speaking of gotta go, I do have to go. Take a shower and spend some time with my beautiful wife. I appreciate you guys joining me tonight. I honestly didn't expect this many people to hop on, and I think we had some good chats tonight for sure. It's been very fun. Just Wrenchit, thank you for the $10. I appreciate that. And I appreciate all of you. Thank you for watching my channel. It's fun for me, and I like talking to you guys and just hanging out, shooting shit, whatever. And catch you guys on the next one. I'm gonna hit end stream, and it's gonna be very awkward. I'm gonna be here for a few minutes, just because the second button comes out, and then it's like end stream. Pat Clark Barnes, have a good one. Steven Deswan, Bill Beckett, Mark C, everyone. I'm melting.